What's up, everybody? What is going on? This is Fred Ricciani of TSC here to recap Adrian Broner versus Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Spoiler alert, it was a dominant performance for Manny Pacquiao. The final scores as it reads right here: 117 to 111, 116 to 112, and 116 to 112. Adrian Broner continues to live in La La Land. And I'm not talking about the movie. There was a movie, right? And afterwards, he said that he outboxed Manny Pacquiao. By the way, 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao. And he claimed afterwards that he beat the dude. The whole hood knows he beat the dude. And that they're just trying to get that money with Floyd Mayweather. This is the same Adrian Broner who, by the way, had not one but two harassment cases against him and 2 court dates, I think on the same day right before this fight. So, yeah, not a big fan of Adrian Broner, although you got to say he's a bit entertaining in his own weird way. But Manny Pacquiao just dominated this fight, looked great. I was able to catch most of this fight. I was covering the UFC Brooklyn show, TJ Dillashaw, Henry Cejudo, which only lasted about 32 freaking seconds in favor of Henry Cejudo, but I thought this was a good fight in a sense that if you're a Manny Pacquiao fan, you want to see him win. You want to see him have an impressive performance fighting under the PBC banner and Al Heyman. He did a great job. He looked as good as possible. He had Broner on the ropes several times. Broner did not have an answer. He probably should have boxed more, but he did his thing, man. And Pac-Man now sets his sights on a rematch with Floyd Mayweather. A part of me does not want to see this rematch because the first fight was not all that great. Now, you may recall back in 2015, Pacquiao admitted after the fight he fought, I believe, with a torn bicep or an injured bicep, some type of arm injury, to the point where there were people that tried to file a class action lawsuit against pay-per-view providers and the promotional bodies because they felt that they were ripped off because, if you recall, that was the first pay-per-view. I believe that was $100. I think they would do the same thing with McGregor and Mayweather. But, yeah, it was kind of a boring fight. Mayweather cruised to victory. We got to see the fight at least once in our lifetimes, but it was after when a lot of people perceived Pacquiao to be past his prime and really Floyd. Well, Floyd's now 42. Manny's 40. And I think the time's right now. Strike the iron while it's, I guess, kind of hot. You might as well. And I think if you're Showtime Boxing, you're in a really good position here because DAZN is spending stupid money to get all these big name boxers on their streaming platform. You got the likes of Canelo Alvarez, you have the likes of Anthony Joshua, and I'm not saying that DAZN ain't having people watching their fights, but one would think that if they got a lot of viewers, right, that maybe they would be putting it out there, bragging about it. I mean, Netflix, anytime somebody watches Bird Box or streams something, they say, hey, 47 million people streamed this, 5 million people streamed that. You didn't really hear that in the case of DAZN. And then on the flip side, speaking of ESPN, you have ESPN Plus spending a lot of money, or ESPN spending a lot of money for ESPN Plus, bringing Top Rank in and trying to do big fights there and everything like that. And they had the UFC. So Showtime's got to compete. And yeah, they don't have the likes of a Gennady Golovkin. And no, they don't have Canelo Alvarez. But they do still have Floyd Mayweather. They got this deal with Manny Pacquiao. And they have the upcoming rematch, or rumored rematch, because I don't think it's official yet, with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And I believe these guys have until February 4th or 5th to decide on the rematch. I think it's actually a mandatory rematch. I would love to see that rematch. I hope it occurs. We'll see what happens. But if that fight happens and Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather 2 happens with a healthier Manny Pacquiao who looked pretty damn good, who's looked pretty damn good his last couple of fights, it could be a damn good year for Showtime pay-per-view. I'm actually kind of curious to see how this does in the buy rates and all of that. And as far as Floyd Mayweather goes, in the interview in between rounds with Jim Gray, he kind of almost said, like, yeah, we could do the Pacquiao fight and blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards, he wasn't in the ring, and he was kind of chilling in the crowd. And Jim Gray said, Floyd, can you give us a nod if you want this rematch? And Floyd's just kind of stoic, sitting down. I'm sure he wants to get his money. Look, whether he nodded, whether he shimmied, whatever, we all know Floyd is gonna get his money. But folks, I want to hear from you. Did you find this pay-per-view worth your money? Who do you think is next for Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather? Do you think we're actually going to get Fury and Wilder immediately? Let me know. Leave a comment below. Tweet us, Facebook us. Do what you got to do. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it, share with all your friends, and subscribe for more updates. Until next time, everybody, woo! As always, enjoy the fights.